Hello, Scorpio rising. This is your reading for the month of June 2024. My name's Podkane, and today we're doing a freaking huge reading with like 25 or 26 cards, and it's going to be all about your life checkup. So, what's going on in your home and your family and your workplace and in your relationships. And then we're going to go around with a second round of cards in an astrology based spread, looking at what you're valuing, what needs to change, what you need to have the courage to do this month, and maybe even some secrets. Because I know we like secrets. I'm also a Scorpio rising, and I'm really excited to do this reading for us. So, without further ado, let's get started. And I forgot to mention, if you don't know your rising sign, maybe you're a Scorpio sun and you're here, you'll need to go to the link in the description below, astrocharts.com, where you will need your exact time of birth. Most people can find that on their birth certificate. And you'll click on birth chart and enter in your information, your date and place of birth, and then the time, and you'll get a readout of all of your positions, including like Venus signs and Mercury sign and stuff like that as well, if you want to get into astrology. But what you're looking for this reading is your ascendant, which is another word for your rising sign. And if you are actually Scorpio rising, then come on back. And if not, then check out my other reading that applies to you. Regardless of that, Scorpio risings, you're in the right place. So let's get started. I'm doing, first I'm going to do a archetype card for us, where we're going to just pull a archetype that we're kind of embodying this month as part of like this learning journey process that we're all on together. And then we're going to get into the full reading after that. Hope everybody's summer is going well so far. If you've had a chance to get away, I just came back from my family vacation. That vacations for me are never relaxing. It's more about just doing something new, or a little bit of a sense of adventure or excitement. But I'm never relaxed on vacation. My relaxation place is at home. Thank goodness for that. It's my sanctuary. So after I come home from a vacation, I usually cry and sleep, and then I'm chilling. So, but I still go on vacation. I still love it. The Fool. Okay, we're in the newness right now, and I can definitely attest to that, because this is the 8th Scorpio of my first time ever reading tarot cards on camera, which is something that's been in my heart for a really long time. And I finally worked up the balls and motivation to do it. So I feeling this big time, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Okay, that's cute. I like the take on this. The Fool is also a card in the traditional tarot. And that's kind of where I was thinking of with like a newness. It's a card of new beginnings and fearlessly going forward, even though you don't know what's ahead of you, just because you have this intense desire to start this journey. But this, in addition, is talking about just being so real and honest. And us Scorpio risings are really good at that, keeping it real. Truth is so important. I've been excited to do this reading since this is the one rising sign, being one myself, that I know quite a bit about, and I wonder what we're going to get. All right. Seven of Swords reverses came up so often, and since I'm just doing this for the first time, I don't really know what's going to happen with uploading these to YouTube. But I do find in the tarot readers that I watch that they tend to have what they call a collective. So it's kind of their followers or subscribers or people that kind of get magnetically attuned to their channel and happen to find it in the algorithm and things like that. But it's people that are kind of in a shared experience all around the world. They're kind of going through some of the same things at the same time and have the same journey. So I wonder if I have a collective and who I'm reading for right now, and if part of that collective is being honest as hell and not being willing to go behind anyone's back or stab anyone in the back or use anyone to get ahead. Because I keep getting that card for so many of the signs that I've read for so far. I'll take both of these. That one. Getting extras. That's always cool with me. I don't know why I'm like obsessed with using an absolute crap ton of cards in all of my readings, no matter what I'm doing them for. I've been reading since 2012 for myself, friends and family, on all kinds of subjects, watching tarot, learning about astrology and tarot. Okay. So first we start out, and if you can hear some clinking in the background, that's my dog eating. First, we start out with how you appear to other people, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. That's a very steady, reliable, patient person with a lot of fortitude. They stick to the plan and they keep going. I definitely see that for myself, where I told people I was doing this back in like November or December of last year, and now I'm doing it. I said what I meant, and that's not very normal for me. I think it just goes to show how much this is in my heart. So right now people are seeing you as really being very practical and reliable, and maybe a bit stubborn as well. It's not showing up reverse, so it's not necessarily in a negative light, but it's just saying that hi, Lotus. It's just saying that we hold to our values and we stand on them, and it may take us a long time to get somewhere, but eventually we do. Next, we're going to look at the second position, which is what you have, and that's that card, the Seven of Swords reverse, which is kind of part of your value system as well. It's an unwillingness to hurt anybody in the process. You're not looking to steal. You want to be upfront and honest about your intentions and your feelings and your ideas and concepts too. It's a very open and forthright card as well. And I think that that's contributing back to how people see you, which is what you see is what you get. I mean, I told you my truth. So it is what it is. And even though that can be inconvenient sometimes for people, I think there's something very reliable about it. It's like there's consistency if you're honestly showing up, telling your truth, even though it may ruffle a few feathers. At least people know where you stand. Next, we have what you think with the Nine of Cups reversed. So you may be thinking about how you haven't quite reached the dream yet. You may be unwilling to think about your dreams and aspirations. Maybe you're trying to stay pretty grounded and practical at this time. But this is the dream and the wish card. And with it reversed, either you're dwelling on dreams that weren't realized or missed opportunities, or maybe something that you tried to do and it failed. Or you're just trying to be very practical and pragmatic and not counting your chickens before they hatch. Not really spending a lot of time dreaming and manifesting and beyond all the buzzwords. If you're not into all that, just you're not spending your time doing escapism at this time. You're grounded in your reality, your business, whatever you're doing in your day to day. That's what matters right now, and not a lot of time at this time to spend dreaming and wishing and hoping. I find to be positive actually right now, because it's like I don't need to dream and wish and hope. I'm doing right now. I'm in a phase of my life where I'm doing. Next is what you're being driven by, or what's going on at home. Excuse me. What's going on at home? And we have the moon card here. So there may be some confusion, some delusion, some miscommunication. Maybe there's a little bit of separation between you and your loved ones at the house, whoever you live with. There could also just be like things are moving forward in a way where you can't really tell where it's all going to end up. Where you're like, I want to start on a path, but or I'm trying to do this thing, but I don't have all the information that I need to move forward. It could also be a bit of home instability. So maybe you've outgrown your house, or maybe you're looking for a new house, but you don't know where you're going to live. Maybe you don't know if someone that lives at your house is coming or going or what they're doing. But there's definitely some psychic and emotional energy pretty strong in your house right now, at your home, which is good for dreaming. Um, can sometimes be good for sleep, although it might be nightmares. uh, but we'll pull some more cards and see if there's anything else we can learn about that going forward. So next is your self-expression, and we have the Queen of Swords, which is definitely like a Virgo card, or this is just like, I know my truth and I stand by it, period. She knows what she knows, and she's a bit severe about it, honestly. She's not listening to the opinions of others at all. There is something very independent and powerful about the Queen of Swords, where it's like, I am willing to communicate what I think. And if you don't like it, I don't care. And, reasonably fair minded, but tends to be more rational. But ultimately, you are not changing this lady's mind. And so right now in that self-expression, it's just like, I'm moving to my own beat right now. And if you want to listen to my perspective, I'll share it. Other than that, don't try to change my mind, because I know what I'm doing. And I think I have to pause this because my dog is complaining to go outside. So I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. Went outside with my dog across to the dog park, and I saw like a blue jay and a cardinal, which is kind of rare for my area this time of year. And then like this beautiful white crane fly overhead. And I don't know, I was like out there like grinning like a fool. I don't know. It's like really nice. Maybe this month, if you've got a pet like I do, and they're like, wanting to cuddle, maybe you need to cuddle, or they need to go outside, maybe go outside with them. Just try to take you out of your headspace for a moment and kind of refresh you. But I believe we were moving on to this card, the card of your work, and we have the Seven of Wands, which means you may have a lot going on. May have some stuff that you're kind of contending with this month, but you're in a place of having the high ground. It's definitely something you can, get through and achieve your goals, and not too much trouble. But there may be some people from below, because you definitely are in a position of authority, leadership. Maybe you've been there a long time or something like that, or you have a higher position than some other people. There may be some people that are kind of like, hey, I want your job, or I want your shifts, or you make more money than me and I'm not happy about it, or whatever. But you earned it, didn't you? Don't worry about them. Next, we have your relationship, and we have the Three of Pentacles. So if you're in a relationship, your partner may want to work together with you on a business venture, or to find some new way of making money. You may also have people approaching you for your skills and talents this month that are saying, hey, I saw that you're really good at this thing, or you've got this new business, and I'd like to commission you to make this thing for me, or I want to employ your services, or something like that. So that looks pretty good for your money this month. You've got people in your seventh house, your house of other people, partnerships, contracts coming in with money for you. Next, in the eighth house, Eighth house position of what others have, we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed along with the Two of Cups reversed. So, I mean, other people may not really have a strong financial foundation or a working partnership. And that may be why they're kind of looking to you. They see that you have something that they need that you have to offer. And they may be looking for something that's a bit out of the ordinary or unorthodox with that Ten of Pentacles reverse. That usually is my card for corporations or the establishment. And if you're off over here doing your own uh, self-employed thing, something independent, grassroots, they may see a lot of value in that and they might want to work with you. Next, in what you're learning, we have the Hangman. So you're learning more about yourself this month, really doing a bit of introspection and putting yourself and your life on pause to a certain extent. You're still working as usual, but with the moon here as well, these two cards have a lot in common, and it's showing that you're kind of still going through a process of self-discovery and taking a little bit of time away to learn more about yourself, maybe even through action. Like it's not even necessarily like I'm going to go hermit mode. It's more just like I'm learning more about myself through what I'm doing this month, which is pretty cool. And next we have what you've built. We have the Emperor and the Four of Swords. And this is like I thought the Kingdom of Peace or something like that. What's an alliterative word? The Palace of Peace. The Emperor is a card of leadership, rulership, domain, being the king of your castle. You're in control and in charge of your life. You have the knowledge, the wisdom, and the power to do what you need to do. And paired along with the Four of Swords, it's very much contained to this own little world that you've created. You're not having a dominion over a whole bunch of people. You have dominion over your own life and your sense of peace, and you guard it, and you're very protective of it, and you've built it up to something that is very valuable to you. Next, in your friends, we have the Queen of Cups reversed. So you may have this wider circle that you're a part of people who are kind of feeling a little depressed, maybe a little bit emotionally disturbed, unstable. I don't want to suggest something very serious, but they're just in a place where they may be going through some emotional troubles, and they're coming to you in this full energy to help people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. You have an energy of, and this is so Scorpio, it's actually very healing to point out how crazy the world can be, how ironic things can be, and help people to laugh at themselves and their circumstances in a way that alleviates a lot of the tension and the sorrow, and kind of break all of that emotionally troubled energy up, and help them get out of that state of being to just appreciate the little things, the small moments of laughter and enjoyment. And I think by sharing your truth and this Queen of Swords energy as your self-expression, and kind of sharing how you see the world and your very unique view of it, that's particular to you, Scorpio rising, is going to be of comfort to people in your wider circle this month. And what is your limitation? We've got the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is absolutely a card of complete and total ending, full stop, dead in the water, not coming back. And it's also one of those cards that doesn't imply a new beginning necessarily either. It's something that's just dead and died and gone forever. And as a limitation, it's saying that something that you've left behind, you'll never get back. And I don't think that that's necessarily a negative thing. It could be for you. I don't see a whole lot of negative cards here, so I wouldn't jump to that conclusion automatically. But it's saying that on if you are in fact on a new journey or whatever's going on in your life, there's something that has kind of died, and there may be a bit of mourning or a little bit of trouble of getting used to the idea that that part of your life, whatever that was, whether it was a relationship or a job or um, just a time in your life, that it's over and you're in a new place now, and you can never go back. That could even apply to like a belief system. Like if you've kind of come to a new revelation recently and you have a new way of looking at the world, sometimes it can kind of be disorienting to think that that innocence that you once had is gone forever because now you know and you can't unknow. And that could be kind of tripping you up a little bit this month. So next we're going to take, oh, and I forgot to mention, but at the base of our deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is business as usual, building on our skills and talents. This is the student evolving into the master, which we see here in the Three of Pentacles. And this is doing something again and again in a repetitive way to build skill and talent. And so you're putting in your 10,000 hours right now on something. I know I certainly am. All right, next we have, this is the first deck, tarot deck that I ever got, and I thought it would be appropriate to use at this time for my own sign, our sign, Scorpio rising. And this is the As Above, So Below deck set, and this is the As Above version. So it has pagan imagery, it has like planets and astrology imagery in it. Just connected with this deck right away. It's not my most used deck anymore. I actually use this deck the most, the classic Rider-Waite deck. Just because I built a lot of familiarity with it when I was learning. Oh my God, why do I have indigestion right now? Anyway, but we're going to use this deck to get more information about what's going on in your inner world and see if there's any little tips and tricks or ideas of what we can change to make things move along in our lives. So there's the Fool, baby. I knew we were going on a new journey together. I'm telling you what. All right, there's my card that got ripped. It's taped. That's fine. You know what? Things get used and decay over time. We're chilling. I wonder if that's something that most Scorpio risings understand. With like the Scorpio themes of death and regeneration, that everything decays. Because I find that when something of mine wears out or breaks, I'm just like, bye. You know, just throw it out. And other people are like very much more attached to their possessions than I seem to be. I'd also be interested to hear what y'all's sun signs and moon signs are as well, if you're interested in sharing those with me. I'm a Pisces moon and Pisces sun. All right, to start out with this, we have the Fool in the position of who we actually are. And then people are seeing us as being steadfast and very pragmatic at this time. But really how we're experiencing it is this is all brand new. We're on this new journey, a new cycle. We're throwing caution to the wind. The potentials are and the possibilities are endless. And we've got the whole world at our feet. And we may be very inexperienced in what we're about to go through, but we've got the perspective that is needed to carry on with a new endeavor where we're willing to learn. We're watching and learning from our experiences and from others. But we're also kind of willing to trip and fall a little bit because we know it's all part of the process. What we value, we have the Sun here in reversed. This is a little dark, but it's kind of sharing that we right now are valuing being either unseen or a little bit depressive. I don't know. When I think about that as it applies to myself, I'm like, I like people who are going through shit. I just vibe with people who have troubles in their life. If everything's going well for you, I just really don't have much to talk to you about. I'm very happy for you. Of course, I don't wish ill will on anyone. But when people are going through difficult times, I am freaking drawn to them like crazy. And I think maybe it's the darker sides of life is simply all this is really trying to say is we're attracted to the darker side of life and the unseen and things that are mysteries and secrets and things that light has not yet been shown on, and people that are searching for their own light as well. And what needs to change? We have the elemental of earth, which is the page of earth, page of pentacles in this deck. And that's our relationship with money and how we attribute value to things. And with this Nine of Cups in reversed behind it, I think that our value system and our attraction with money could use a little checkup and a little fixing. And we have the Ace of Earth over here and what we need to have the courage to do. So these are the two like let's change things cards in this spread. And they're both very similar. This is about giving and receiving a little bit, but it's mostly about starting a new business venture, starting a new cycle surrounding money and our attention to it. And there's something to be said for being open to receiving, and this goes back to this card as well, acknowledging our talents and skills and that they are desirable and that they do have value, and demanding that value up front. Honey, you better pay me up front. I'm not doing any charity work here. This is something that has value. I know it does, so I'm going to put a value on it, and you can pay it if you like what I have to offer. And so I think relationship with money needs some attention to it, and hopefully we can get a little bit more information on that as we go along. What's driving you? This is the Mother of Water, which is going to be the Queen of Cups. And we saw her before in other people reversed, but here she's upright. This is just a compassionate, psychic, sensitive, intuitive person who is very much in tune with everything going on around her, who follows her intuition, who's listening to the more subtle things going on around her, listening to her feelings, following the vibe, and cares deeply for other people and is very, very compassionate, and is driving a lot of our motivation this month. Munch. I'm hungry. We're going to skip over this since we already talked about what we need to have the courage to do is get something started financially for ourselves and start a new business, create a new income source. With the details you may be avoiding, we have card 11, which I want to say, this one might be reversed in this deck. And I think this is the Justice card. I guess I'm going to check real quick and make sure if I have that here. I don't have it. Damn. We're going to say this is the Justice card. Card 11. So make sure you're doing things fairly. Be balanced. Maybe be a little bit more PC than usual this month. I find that hard to do. I have a lot of hot takes. And here I am putting myself on the internet with all my fucking hot takes. I'd be a little bit more careful about what I'm saying and doing, and you should too. Next on how other people are involved, we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So Seven of Pentacles is a card usually of taking stock and watching and waiting. And with that being reversed, other people may not be really watching. They're not really being patient. They're not taking stock of what you're doing or what they're doing. you may be going under the radar a little bit with other people right now, or they just might not find value in what you're doing right away. There will be those who do with this Three of Pentacles here, but your inner world may be concerned with those who don't. I didn't want to hear that, but it's true. I don't know about you. Next, in secrets, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. So normally upright, this is a card of giving and receiving, of being charitable. Reverse, that's kind of not having anyone to receive from and nobody having any charity for you. And things are going to start out slow financially for this new business venture. I will say that. I don't really see anything else to say otherwise. Excuse me. But keep going. You know, Knight of Pentacles, you can't expect everything to just explode right off the bat. It's going to be a longer process to get yourself established and have people start to take notice of you. You do have skills and talents that people want. It's just, are you on their radar yet? And I think that you have to, my grandma, she says something to me a long time ago, and it always stuck with me. And she said, you get as much as you give. And I find that applies here, that you need to put in some time of giving, whether that's building up what you have to offer, building up your business, building up your talents, building up your personality and relationship. Any of these types of things, they're going to take a little bit of refinement and research and work and effort. And once you build up what you have to offer or give, then you will start to get. And that's just the way it works. And next, in your aspiration of what you're hoping for, we have this card, 15, 7. I got to pause and get this because I want to, hold on a second. Okay, so I did find out that this card was in fact justice, so I'm chilling with that. And then this other card is actually the star in bulk. So this is talking about when the star's reversed, it's kind of hopelessness. And it's in the position that the star is natively like Sagittarius and hope. So we got a problem here. We have the wish card here in this opposite position, as we're not dreaming of what we want. We're not wishing big enough. And then here we are, being afraid to wish for anything. So I don't know about you, but I'm kind of thinking that my dreams are not big enough. And I've not, you know, I made a major milestone personally, like recently, but the tarot's literally telling me that I could just do more. I can have more. I should want more. So that's definitely food for thought for me. I don't know about you, but it's very interesting to have this card in this position, because it's like, what are your dreams? To not have dreams? What are your wishes? I don't have any, sorry. And I think with this introspective card here about what we're learning, we need to think about all the possibilities and be a little magical with our thinking too, with both those cards, that anything is possible. We don't have to figure out all the details. And there is a whole world out there that we don't know how everything works. And it maybe won't hurt at this point, if we're already putting in the work, to wish for more and to set our sights a little higher. I think that's a reason why I'm kind of like adverse to doing that, because I find in the past, like when I'm very focused on escapism or dreaming or imagining things, that at those times in my past, I wasn't putting forth any effort to make any of that real. And so it was like I was living off of the dreams and the imagination, and yet in my real life, I was going nowhere. And so now, being older and after those experiences, I'm like, I'm not equating that with something that's positive, because to me, it's just like, well, if I'm just sitting around dreaming of things, then maybe I won't actually do anything. But we are here doing something. That's clear to others. Is it clear to us? You know? So next in our achievement, if we're able to start this new financial venture, this new practical venture, and change our relationship with money and with value, what will be the outcome? It's the Three of Swords reverse. We're going to heal from a trauma. We're going to overcome something that separated us from something that was really important to us, likely our intuition and our compassion and our sensitivity, and maybe close that down at some point because it was hurtful and harmful and maybe made us a little bit crazy. Did I talk about that earlier? How I went to Crazy Town when I started getting into astrology and tarot? Maybe this is like healing some aspect of that from a long time ago of like, you know, you went through that for a reason and you developed this skill and talent now that you can share with other people. And it healed the negative aspects of it because it was all for a bigger purpose in my life. This is kind of a hard reading to do because I keep relating it back to myself. I'm sorry. I hope this is like useful for you. It's like anecdotes, you know, like, okay, this is how I saw it play out. What do you think? You know, maybe this is going on in your life in some sort of way. I'll hopefully get better at this one in particular. Next, we have in the contribution, what we're going to be contributing to other people. And here's yet another card that I don't remember. It's 13. I think that's death. Death reversed. Where are you? The thing about this book that's so stupid is all of the trumps are out of order. Okay, I can just look at this. 13. Death. Okay, death reversed. You know, we're not going to be changing anybody's freaking lives right now. We may be alleviating them with our sense of humor and our viewpoint. But the tea is that they have their own journey that they're going on, and it's much bigger than our involvement. And it may be important to remember that, especially when we think about our truth and what our purpose is. And if we get deluded into the point of thinking, my purpose is to heal others, my purpose is to change others. This is their life, their journey, and it's a very personal one. And if you think back to times in your life where you were changed, was it any one particular person that came in and was like, you are healed? You know, oh God. And just, you know, like it was like an evangelical situation where they took the coat and flapped you on the face and then it was like, oh, I'm redeemed or whatever. Like for me, no, that didn't happen. I mean, there was absolutely people along the way that had nuggets of wisdom, whether they intentionally shared it with me or whether they just said something out of the blue that they didn't think had any importance, but it really resonated with me. Of course, there were many people like that throughout a transformation journey that I've been on. But at the end of the day, it was all in the timing of myself when I was ready, when I did the work, when I thought about who I was and looked for answers to those questions and went through all the trauma that I had experienced in childhood and everything like that, and forgave everyone that needed to be forgiven and do all that work. You know, it was down to me, as it should be, right? So why, if any of us have the inclination to think that we have the power or any freaking business trying to change people's lives, we need to put that one to bed, because that's just not our place. And what needs releasing? We have the Magician. You know, that is such an interesting card to get there, because the Magician typically talks about having everything that you need to do something and having your own personal power to do everything. Some of what we are going through right now with the full energy is directed through the universe and through serendipity and through synchronicity and all those other buzzwords. And if you're not familiar with any of that stuff, just know it's like there are all kinds of people out here with choices and voices and things that they're doing, and we are a small part of that. And just because we know what we're doing and we know what we want in this moment doesn't mean that things can't change for us or that we can make it happen today. There are other things that need to fall into place, and time needs to take its course, and got to let go of a little bit of control in the situation, and just keep chugging away. For sure, keep keep acting in accordance with what you're trying to create in this new journey. Um, but remember that not everything is needed to be micromanaged by you, and you will learn as you go. That's it. I also have the Five of Swords here reversed, which is the bully card reversed. And it's just do no harm. You know, it goes back to this as well. There's just that common theme of that energy through all of these readings. Um, whether it was coming into other people's lives in the other readings or whether it was something that they were embodying themselves. There's very much an energy of that in June that no one, at least that is attuned to my readings and watching them on my channel, and no one's going to participate in any type of behavior like that. It's do no harm, step on no toes, use no one else to climb the ladder or anything like that. It's all forthright, honest, open, and if not being able to be done with integrity and honesty, then it's not worth doing at all. So, having said that, now we're going to get a oracle card. Which one do I want? I want a starseed oracle card because these are very uplifting and very spiritual, and I think we talked about quite a bit of spiritual topics in this one. Apologies if you're not really into the woo shit. I mean, you're on a tarot reading, but I get it. Some people take a very pragmatic approach to tarot, even so, and I hope you can find a practical basis behind anything that I'm saying that's going a little far into manifestation and this and that land, and for those that like that, I don't mean any negativity towards those things either. It's just different strokes for different folks, right? And if you're still here and you enjoyed this reading, I'm going to be doing these life checkup readings for the rising signs once a month. And I also have planned for a Venus sign relationship reading to be done once a month as well. A couple other ideas for collective readings, pick a card readings and stuff like that. I also want to do readings on oh shit, I guess I'll just take those. I also want to do readings on mysteries and other things going on in culture and in the news or anything like that, that we just want some answers on. Things that would be entertaining, enlightening, educational, or just fun. If you got any ideas for those, let me know. Other than that, let's get your cards. I love these cards. I should use these for everybody because the readings I've done them for, they're so good. So first we have your life as a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. You know, it's we're in the process of creating this new thing right now, and manifesting it, right? And we need to make sure that it's in harmony with what our truth is, and that it honors our value and how much we've put into it. That it's financially beneficial for us to go on this path. And money is not the root of all evil, believe it or not. It's just a stand-in for energy exchange. And if you are offering energy to someone that they can make use of, that's something that they want, then it's totally fine to request an exchange back to you. If that's in the form of money, then that's what it is. So let's look at that one first. Your life as a canvas. So that's going to be near the end. This card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Create the life that you most long to live. You may also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. What have you been called to create? How can you express yourself more creatively? And that goes back too to not dreaming big enough with the star reverse there and the dreams. Um, I mean, maybe we're just in this special little segment of humanity right now where we have a fantastic opportunity to dream really big. And just because we haven't always had that in our lives or that others don't have that right now doesn't mean it's not real and not true and not something we need to be doing. I guess part of me is a little afraid to be disappointed. And then the other card is to trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Yeah. It seems that everyone has anxiety these days, constantly scanning for something they might have missed or a possible threat. Keeping our mind and body pointed in the same direction as our soul is near impossible at such reactive speeds. Right now, you're being reminded to take a breath and trust the wave you came in on, to trust the season you're in. Time isn't running out, there's plenty of time. There's no rush, and it's never too late. I love that for us. And I keep burping. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Scorpio Rising, for being here with me. And whether you were here for a moment, a minute, or a marathon, thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a great month and see me back here soon. Bye.